and welcome back to the course of Basic Electrical Engineering. In this video lecture, I am going to continue with the Unit 2 AC circuit, three-phase circuits. In the previous video lecture of three-phase circuit, I have discussed about the voltage current relation for star and delta connected system. Now in this video lecture, I am going to discuss about the power measurement in three-phase circuit, three-phase star connected system. So let us first start with the device which is used to measure the power, and that is nothing but the wattmeter. So wattmeter is basically an instrument which is used to measure power in electric circuit, single phase or three phase power. Now this is a basic construction of wattmeter. You can see here it consists of two coils known as a current coil and voltage or pressure coil. So here you can see one current coil is there and one pressure coil is there. Now current coil, it is a coil which senses the current which senses the current of the supply, and it is always connected in series with the load. So here you can say ML is a current coil which is connected in series with the load. So it will senses the current flowing through load, that is IR. Next one is a voltage coil. It is also known as a pressure coil. It measures the voltage and it is always connected across the supply terminal. So here you can see PV is a pressure coil which is connected across the supply terminal. So PV measure the supply voltage and ML measure the current, and total it gives the power, because power is a product of voltage and current. So wattmeter reading will be product of voltage, current and cosine of angle between voltage and current. Now three single phase wattmeters may be connected in each phase to measure the power. The algebraic sum of their readings give the total power of three-phase circuit. So there are 3 wattmeters are required to measure the power in three-phase circuit. It can be also proved that using 2 wattmeter we can also find out the total power of the three-phase circuit. So 2 wattmeter method I am going to discuss in this video lecture. So let us discuss different method for power measurement. So various methods are used to measure the power in three-phase circuit, and those are basically depend on number of wattmeters used. There are three methods: 3 wattmeter method, 2 wattmeter method and single wattmeter method. First I am going to discuss about the 3 wattmeter method. So here you can see 3 loads Z1, Z2 and Z3 are connected in star, and 3 wattmeters are connected in each of the line. So here you can see R, Y and B lines are there. N is a neutral line conductor. 3 wattmeters are connected in line. Current coils are connected in series with the line, in between line and load. Pressure coil is connected between line and neutral. So here you can see pressure coil is connected between R and N, between Y and N, and between B and N. Now CC will give the current reading of the current, and voltage coil will give the reading of the voltage. So total power of this star connected load will be W1 plus W2 plus W3. Now what will suppose loads are assumed to be resistive, so there is no angle between phase current and phase voltage. So the phase angle between phase current and phase voltage will be 0, so cos 0 will be 1. So directly we can write W is equal to IR into ERN, that is a reading of W1, IY into EYN, that is a reading of W2, and I3 into IB into EBN, that is a reading of W3. Here cosine of angle is not shown because load are assumed to be resistive. So total power for a star connected load is a summation of individual wattmeter reading, that is W1, W2, W3, and this is a case of 3 wattmeter method. Now 2 wattmeter method. Now I am going to prove that 2 wattmeters are sufficient to measure the power of three-phase system. So 2 wattmeter method can be employed to measure the power in three-phase system. 3 wire star or delta connected or balanced or unbalanced system can be used. So it is a balanced system first, and it is a star connected system. 2 wattmeters are used, W1 and W2. Current coil CC is a current coil which is connected. The current coil of the W1 is connected between R and load, and current coil of the W2 is connected between Y and load. Similarly, and pressure coil of W1 is connected between R and B, and pressure coil of W2 is connected between Y and B. So for pressure coil, the line is used, third line is used where no wattmeter is connected. Here you can see in line B no wattmeter is connected. The current coils of 2 wattmeters are inserted in any 2 lines, as I told you. And pressure coils, as I told you, is connected between any two lines here, R and B and Y and B, where B is a line in which no wattmeter is connected. Now, what is the reading of W1 and W2? So sum of the instantaneous power indicated by W1 and W2 will give you the total instantaneous power absorbed by three loads Z1, Z2 and Z3, because current flowing are instantaneous, so power will be also instantaneous. Now, reading of W1, that is a current reading, will be IR, because current flowing through CC of W1 is IR, and potential difference across W1, that is pressure coil of W1 is connected between between R and B, so it will be VRB, that is a line voltage. And if we apply KVL in this loop, it will be ER plus ERN plus ENB. But if we instead of ENB, we can write minus EBN, and if we remove the suffix N, so it will be the VRB will be equal to ER minus EB. So power reading of W1 will be IR into ER minus EB. Similarly, current flowing through CC of W2 will be IY. Here you can see current flowing through CC of W2 is IY, and potential difference across W2. Now pressure coil of W2 is connected between Y and B, so it will be VYB. And if we apply KVL over here, it will be EY minus EB. So power read by W2 will be IY into EY minus EB. So total power will be summation of W1 and W2. So W1 plus W2 is equal to IR into ER minus EB plus IY into EY minus EB. If we solve this equation, we are getting IR ER plus IY EY minus EB in bracket IR plus IY. Now we know algebraic sum of current meeting at any junction is 0. So IR, IY and IB meeting at this point, neutral point will be 0. So we can write IR plus IY plus IB is equal to 0. So we can write IR plus IY is equal to minus IB. Now putting this value over here in this expression, we are getting W1 plus W2 is equal to IR ER plus IY EY minus EB in bracket minus IB. And if we solve this, we'll be getting IR ER plus IY EY plus EB IB. So we can write W1 plus W2 is equal to P1 P2 plus P3. So here P1 is a power absorbed by Z1, P2 is a power absorbed by Z2, and P3 is a power absorbed by Z3. So we can say W1 plus W2 is a total power absorbed in this circuit. So here we can say only 2 wattmeters can be used to measure the power in three-phase circuit. Now suppose load is assumed to be inductive load. So for that, first drawing the phasor diagram of star connected system. So this is a phasor diagram of, as Z1, Z2 and Z3 are connected in star. This will be the phasor diagram of this system, that is the star connected system. ER, EY and EB are the phase voltages of Z1, Z2 and Z3 respectively, which are displaced by 120 degree from each other. Now as load is assumed to be a balanced one, all the currents IR, phase current IR, IY and IB will lag behind ER, EY and EB respectively by some angle phi. All the angles will be equal. So angle between IR, IY and IB will be also 120 degree. Now we require two voltage over here, that is VRB and VYB line voltages. So VRB is a phasor sum of ER and minus EB, which can be found using parallelogram method that we already discussed in the previous video lecture. And VYB is a phasor sum of EY and EB. It can be also found using parallelogram method. Now, what will be the angle between ER and VRB? It will be 30 degree. That we have also discussed in the previous video lecture. And angle between VYB and EY will be also 30 degree. That we also discussed in the previous video lecture, because line voltage leads the phase voltage by 30 degree for star connected system. And as this all the sides are equal, because this is a balanced system, the angle between ER and VRB will be also 30 degree. Now ER, EY and EB are the RMS value of the three phase voltage, and IR, IY and IB are the RMS value of the phase current. The current is lagging behind the phase voltage by some angle phi, because load is assumed to be inductive, and all the phase angle will be same because it is a balanced system. Now what is the reading of W1? Current for W1 will be IR as discussed, and potential difference across the voltage coil of W1 will be VRB, that will be ER minus EB. Now as this load is inductive, so angle between IR and VRB will not be 0, it will be between 0 to 90 degrees, some angle phi will be there. So reading of W1 will be VRB into IR into cosine of angle between VRB and IR. Now here, what is the angle between IR and VRB? So as the angle between ER and VRB will be 30 degree, and angle between ER and IR is phi. So angle between VRB and IR will be 30 minus phi. So reading of W1 will be VRB into IR into cos 30 minus phi. So this we have found using from the phasor diagram. Now current through W2 is IY, as you can see here, and potential difference across the voltage coil of W2 is VYB, that is EY minus EB. Now what will be the reading of W2? So it will be voltage into current, that is IY into VYB into cosine of angle between IY and VYB. Now what is the angle between IY and VYB? Angle between EY and VYB you can see here is 30, and angle between IY and EY is 5. So angle between IY and VY will be 30 plus 5. So reading of W2 will be VYB into IY into cos 30 plus 5. Now total power absorbed in the these three phase star connected system will be W1 plus W2, and as the system is balanced, load is balanced, we can write VRB is equal to VYB is equal to line voltage VL, and IR is equal to IY is equal to line current IL. So W1 will be VL IL cos 30 minus 5, and W2 will be VL IL cos 30 plus 5. Now as I told you, total power will be summation of this. So W1 plus W2 is equal to VL IL cos 30 minus 5 plus VL IL cos 30 plus 5. And if we solve this, we are getting VL IL in bracket cos 30 cos 5 plus sin 30 sin 5 plus cos 30 cos 5 minus sin 30 minus sin 30 sin 5. So W1 plus W2 will be equal to VL IL in bracket 2 cos 30 cos 5. If we put the value of cos 5, final expression of W1 plus W2 is equal to root 3 VL IL cos 5. And we have already proved in the previous video lecture of star connected system that power consuming star connected system is root 3 VL IL cos phi. So here we are getting the same expression. So we can say that in three phase circuit 2 wattmeters are sufficient to measure the power. Now total power W1 plus W2 is equal to root 3 VL IL cos phi. Now taking the subtraction of two readings, that is W1 minus W2, that is VL IL cos 30 minus phi minus VL IL cos 30 plus phi. And if we solve this, we are getting W1 minus W2 is equal to 2 VL IL sin 30 sin phi. Putting the value of sin 30, we are getting W1 minus W2 is equal to VL IL sin phi. W1 plus W2 is equal to root 3 VL IL cos phi. W1 minus W2 is VL IL sin phi. Now taking the ratio of W1 minus W2 to the W1 plus W2, we are getting W1 minus W2 divided by W1 plus W2 is equal to VL IL sin phi divided by root 3 VL IL cos phi. That is equal to tan phi divided by root 3. So tan phi is equal to root 3 times W1 minus W2 divided by W1 plus W2. So from this expression, we can find out the value of phase angle, and ultimately we can find out the power factor. So power factor is equal to cos phi. Now we are putting the value of phi from this expression. So we can write cos phi is equal to cos in bracket tan inverse in bracket root 3 W1 minus W2 divided by W1 plus W2. So this is the expression of power factor for three phase star connected system. Now we are having two readings of wattmeter W1 and W2. Now let us see what is the effect of power factor on the readings of W1 and W2. Now phi is 0, that is the equation of W1 is VL IL cos 30 minus phi. Now if phi is 0, that is power factor is unity. So in that case, reading of W1 will be root 3 by 2 VL IL, and reading of W2 will be also root 3 VL IL. So two wattmeters readings are positive and equal if power factor is unity. Next one, if power factor, if phase angle is 60 degree, that is power factor is 0.5, and if putting that value of phi in the expression of W1 and W2, we are getting W1 is equal to root 3 by 2 VLIL and W2 is equal to 0. So 1 wattmeter reading is 0 if power factor is 1 by 2, that is 0.5. Next one, if phase angle is 90 degree, that is between 60 and 90 degree. So between 0.5 and 0. So W1 will be equal to 1 by 2 VLIL and W2 is equal to minus 1 by 2 VLIL. So one of the wattmeter reading will be negative in this particular case. So from this value of phase angle, what is the conclusion? So first one, if power factor is lying between 0 to 0.5, that is between 60 and 90 degree, then one of the wattmeter reading is negative. If power factor is 0.5, then one of the wattmeter reading is 0. Here you can see. If power factor lies between 0.5 and 1, both readings are positive. And if power factor is 1, that is phi is equal to 0, both readings are equal. So this is the effect of power factor on the reading of W1 and W2, and this conclusion is useful whenever we are solving the example based on wattmeter method. So this is all about the today's video lecture. In this video lecture, I have discussed about power measurement in three-phase circuit, 3 wattmeter method, 2 wattmeter method for measurement of power for different kind of loads, and finally effect of power factor on the reading of W1 and W2. Hope you have enjoyed the video. See you soon in the next video of the AC circuit. Thank you for watching.